Now let's talk tourism. The Ghana Tourism Authority says it is rolling out measures to make Ghana the hub for tourism in the world. Now, days ago, President Akufo-Addo launched one of his government's flagship projects which is targeted at putting our tourism sector in the best possible shape. Now, it's dubbed Destination Ghana. It was launched in London in the United Kingdom, and the project is obviously moving with one objective, the objective of inviting and welcoming the rest of the world to visit the country. And it's believed to be the beginning of many more campaigns to make Ghana attractive.
It is expected that some 25 million United States dollars will be expended to upgrade some of our iconic sites, including the famous Elmina and Cape Coast castles, the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park, the Mole and Kakun parks, and cultural museums in Yendi in the northern region, Ejiso in the Ashanti region, Akropong in the eastern region, and Ho in the Volta region, under the Ghana Tourism Development Project, supported by the World Bank. Additionally, I'm happy to note the funds will be directly injected into supporting SMEs in the hospitality and beverage sector. I'm eagerly awaiting the expedited conclusion of negotiations with the World Bank, which is intended to culminate in additional financing to boost the tourism, arts, and culture sector. It is in this regard that the government recognizes and highly commends the partnership of the World Bank in supporting Ghana's socio-economic transformational agenda. I acknowledge the efforts of the dynamic country director of the World Bank, Mr. Pierre Laporte, in the Tourism Development Project, an initiative jointly implemented by the government of Ghana and the World Bank. This $40 million project is expected to position the tourism and hospitality sectors as key drivers of social and economic development. I want to invite you here in London and Britain, Europe, and the rest of the world to the center of the world, where longitude 0 degrees crosses latitude 0 degrees, where the bright sunshine enriches the quality of the skin and bodies of all, where music, dance, and culture not only create fun, but also excite the body, soul, and mind for spiritual growth. Indeed, I welcome you to Ghana, the center of the world, to enjoy our famed hospitality and take advantage of our favorable investment climate.
Well, so here on The Pulse, we're asking that question: what does Ghana have to offer the world? I guess that's a legitimate question, and one person to help us answer that is Emmanuel Frimpong, Executive Secretary for the Ghana Tourism Federation. It's such a good time to be seeing you, sir. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
So Destination Ghana, let's talk about that first. How excited are you about that project, and what will that project do, not just for the Ghanaian economy, but also sending a message to the world that there's a country here in West Africa that has a lot in terms of the tourism potential?
Thank you very much. Very good evening to your cherished viewers. If you look at Ghana, the position of Ghana alone, Ghana is the center of the world. That alone is an attraction in itself. Right. And if you look at our heritage, culture, our warmth, and our food, that is gastronomy, and you look at even sports, you realize that Ghana has a lot to offer the world. Unfortunately, we have been able to market ourselves very well. So a lot of people don't know about Ghana. And if you look at the year of return, 2019, when we invited the world to come to Ghana, the number of people that came within that short period will tell you that if Ghana is to market itself very well, we have the potential to attract a lot of people into the country. So that is what the government is doing, right. And the president this week, I think on Tuesday, in the UK, launched Destination Ghana. So we are going to have series of that. We have about 10 countries that we plan to do that.
Oh, so this is like a big package. So Destination Ghana is not just targeting, for instance, the United Kingdom and parts of Europe, and that's it?
Not at all, because we have some African countries like Nigeria, Cote d'Ivoire as part of it, because we looked at the 10 major destination markets for Ghana. And UK happened to be one of them, Nigeria is another, and we have Cote d'Ivoire. So we have series of countries that will be doing that, and by extension we also take it beyond those.
Okay, so tell us about the measures being rolled out by your federation in furtherance to that grand launch and opening that we've seen by the president. Many say, often when we hear about it, Destination Ghana and other tourism interventions, it ends somewhere. We don't make much out of these campaigns. How different will this project be this time around?
Okay, so if you look at this one, we started last year. We brought some stakeholders, about 50, were housed in a hotel for, I think, about 2-3 days to look at how do we market Ghana. So we were able to put some ideas together, and then what we saw in UK is as a result of that meeting. So there's a proper way of trying to do the Destination Ghana, and we are hoping, even though we put that on paper, as you mentioned, sometimes we put the policies on paper and we are not able to walk through it. But we want to believe that since the president has taken that initiative, like he did with the Year of Return, we will have the resources, we will have the human resource, and then even the financial resources to actually do what we put on paper.
I guess the concern should not just be about, yes, putting out the campaign, but also ensuring that there's capacity. We have our system in place here within the country to maximize the potentials and the benefits that will come to us. Are we there yet in terms of the tourist sites, putting them in shape and making sure that we are able to market them?
Okay, so the president talked about some 25 million cedis that have been set aside for capacity building. Okay. And then he talked about some 40 million as well. That is also site development. So last year, you probably might be aware that Manshia Palace was closed down for renovation. Abri Gardens is been given to a contractor. They are working on it. If you go to Paga, I think it's been also given to a contractor. Some Tafia Tommy, last year we went there. They've been given some facelift. There are places that some renovation is taking place. Right. So those are the things that we are doing. Besides that, there's also Ghana Obatampa Care project, which is supposed to do training and capacity building. We've started, but we want to encourage the government, by extension GTA, to actually get the right people that need a training so that we can build our capacity when people come and give them the best of our services.
So what you mean to say now is we're not ready? Indirectly, that's what you're telling us.
I wouldn't say we are not ready. I don't think one can be absolutely ready. Right. It's a process. You start from somewhere. Okay. The training has begun. I know last year they started a training. This year they are doing the training. The renovations, I mentioned a few places, is ongoing. I know Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park is also the next one that will take, they will start the renovation. Cape Coast Castle and a few other places. Just yesterday, they finished the museum. I think the contractor has handed over the keys to the government. Right. So very soon we will see the Ghana Museum open. Right. So yes, it's an ongoing. We didn't say we are not ready. Yes.
But I mean, I must admit the fact that Ghana gained a lot of foreign exchange when we ran the the year of the return, and we started rolling out the Beyond the Return initiative. I mean, these are all projects that brought in some amount of money. Do we know how much we're targeting out of this new Destination Ghana project, and whether or not we'll be able to realize the target? Okay, so
Destination Ghana is an ongoing project. So what we did after the Year of Return was to have Beyond the Return, which is a 10-year development agenda. So we have it in phases. So we don't have a specific amount that we want to target, that this is how much we want to receive. But the minister mentioned an amount, I think it was 5 billion cedis that we want to rake in this year. I don't know where we are at the moment, but I want to believe we are getting somewhere. But with the destination Ghana, I'm not aware of any figure that we've been put that we want to achieve.
And when we often talk about tourism, the concern is that, oh, let's just invite those who are out there to visit Ghana. How about domestic tourism as well? The need to also encourage Ghanaians, because if Ghana is going to be, the story of Ghana is going to be told out there,
right.
Ghanaians themselves must first of all buy that story. So where are we on that campaign, and how well are we doing with that as well?
I think we are doing quite well, especially from last year when we realized that COVID exposed us that we've been dependent on international arrivals for far too long, and it's not sustainable. So from last year, we started domestic tourism campaign, which actually the president also again talked about it. So from there, we had series of meetings with our trade associations, the hotels, the tour operators, tour guides, car rentals. We all met and they all decided that, look, let's try to reduce our rates so that we can get a lot more Ghanaians traveling around, promoting domestic tourism, which has been an ongoing promotion. So I know even the media, recently, some of you and your other friends went to Volta region and other places to promote domestic tourism, which is really good.
So will you be rolling out some measures in that regard, just to push that drive domestically?
Yes. Next week is Kwewu.
Wonderful.
Yes.
We're all looking forward to that.
And this year is different.
Okay.
It's different in the sense that this year they've involved a lot of stakeholders. In the past, we've heard of some negative attachment to Kwewu. And this year, what they've done is they've engaged a lot of stakeholders and brought in the police, the security agencies to come in to see how best we can make it more lively, get people to come and go without any negative incidences. So, and then around the same time, there's also an event that is going on in the central region, promoting domestic tourism in the central region. There's also one going on in the Hohoi. So a lot of events are going on within this period, which all geared towards promoting domestic tourism. So yes,
we'll be on the lookout for that. We'll see how that one will go, because obviously we also need to state that this conversation we're having here goes beyond our borders as well. There are so many people watching us out there who are wondering, what's that selling point for Ghana? Why should I be in Ghana? Why should I visit all these story sites that you're talking about?
What we are doing is we are not even focusing on the tourist attraction sites.
Right, necessarily.
Yes.
Okay.
If you look at our food, if you meet anybody who has visited Ghana and you ask what are the things that you
features, right,
they will first talk about our food. Is our food is unique. So one of the things that we are doing is promoting gastronomy, which has to do with our food and culture. We have our culture is there, unique culture. We have our heritage. We have, even when you talk about medical tourism, which is an area that we haven't really focused on. If you look at the West Africa sub-region and you talk about medical tourism, Ghana stands tall. But we haven't promoted medical tourism. It's one of the things that we're also doing. So there's a lot that we can actually tell people who want to come to Ghana.
Impressive. And the contribution to the economy. Everybody wants to benefit from that. I mean, diversifying the whole tourism sector and making it much more lucrative, not just for those who are industry players, but even out of the industry itself. Is there any tangible benefits that we're getting from Ghana's tourism sector? Because very often that conversation comes up, and the belief is it's only the likes of the hoteliers and those who manage the tourist sites that are benefiting from the sector. Is that true? That's
not true. That's not true. If you look at tourism has linkages with almost everything. Because if you go to the hotels, restaurants, if you go to attraction sites, wherever there's food, you should know that tourism has a role to play. If you look at transportation, you look at those who are doing these kind of things, beads and fashion designers, all of them are part of the tourism linkages. So there's a lot that tourism is giving out. Unfortunately, there's something we call tourism satellite account, which is supposed to give us the real contribution of tourism. We don't have that yet. Okay. So it makes it extremely difficult for you to actually say that this is the contribution of tourism. Other than that, I am convinced that tourism probably might be number 2 in terms of the contribution to GDP.
Wow.
I am telling you.
You believe there's so much more money in that sector? Is that, do we, and how much priority at this point should we be placing on that, particularly when we know that this is a country that's moving out of the, effects of COVID-19, and you are now trying to attract more and more people into our economy. Do you feel that, given this situation in which we are now, this is the right time to be placing priority on tourism? Is this the time?
This is the time. We should have done it yesterday.
Are we able to go ahead with that, particularly when we know there are restrictions all across the world? Some countries are now easing that, and you agree it may be a challenge for our industry?
I don't think it is a challenge. I say that we need to position ourselves. We should have done that yesterday. We didn't, but it's not too late. We can do it today. We need to be intentional about promoting tourism. And fortunately for us, Ghana has it all. We have it all. If you want to talk about Ghana as a center of the world, if this has happened to any other country in the world, they will just focus on it, center of the world, build monuments around it, make noise about it. You come and see the center of the world, and everybody wants to be at the center of the world. That alone can attract a lot of revenue for us. So we need to be intentional about promoting tourism, and we need to also make resources available for that. And I believe if we can focus on tourism, Ghana does not have a problem.
I don't intend to compare and contrast necessarily, so I don't offend the countries that may be involved. But if you look at the Middle East, and for instance, what's happening in the likes of Dubai as well, it's become a tourist destination. Many people are going in there, particularly because of the infrastructure, right? It's up there, you agree with me. Why is Ghana not able to leverage on the tourist destinations that we have and then create a proper infrastructure so we are able to benefit from it?
I think it has to do with commitment. That is one. And again, I think we also have too many things that we can, in terms of tourism, we have too many things. So we are not able to focus on a few and actually promote it. So we are always touching on almost everything.
So you mean the sites are competing with each other?
Yes. So as every country, you need to have 1 or 2 things that you want to focus on. The others will be things that will attract people.
But other countries are doing quite well. They equally don't have just one place when you visit and that's the end of it. They have a number of places to take you to. And yet all of these centers are not necessarily competing with each other. So why should that be the case in Ghana?
Ours is not about competition. But if you are going to Dubai, there's one thing that you have in mind. Others are just
the ancillaries that you want to.
So, but if somebody is visiting Ghana, the question is, what exactly is the person coming for? So we need to have that. And then the other ones will be the attractions that, after doing this, I want to do that. Even nightlife in Ghana, it's beautiful. If you have gone out in the evening, you can go to several places to just go around and see what is going on, like nightlife alone. People, I know a group that is coming in November. They are coming to Ghana just for nightlife. Last year, a group from Rwanda came here, and nightlife in Ghana was what really attracted them. So we have so much that we probably are not focusing what we want to do. But if we can pick a few of them, focus on it, get people to come, and then we expand.
Okay, so let's wrap up by talking about the way forward. What's the future, first of all, looking like for Ghana's tourism sector, and what should we be on the lookout for, pay attention to, reform or restructure in order to achieve the future that we want?
The future looks great for Ghana in terms of tourism. Future looks great. And it's good that the president also is passionate about tourism. And every major decision that we want to make in terms of promoting tourism, we always see the president taking the initiative. So tourism looks great. What we need to do, one, is to look at the people that work in our hotels, our attraction site, train them. Because all these years, we have always seen tourism as something for people that are traveling from different countries to join us. But we have to begin to see tourism as a business. So when we see tourism as a business, then those who go to schools and doing anything tourism, they see it as when I finish university or anything that has to do with tourism, I'll have a job. What we also need to do is to look at our infrastructures. Infrastructures are very important.
Right.
So refurbishing our infrastructures,
right,
and also looking at the ones that we need to start developing all over again. We have to also look at our hotels. I don't know of any hotel in Ghana that can take about more than 1,005
right,
at a sitting.
Right.
I know Rock City is working. That should take about 2,000 plus.
Right.
But if we are doing mines is meetings, incentives, conferences, and events, which is a big project in the world now. So if Ghana can focus on mines, is also another thing. But if we have to focus on mines, then we should have centers that can accommodate such meetings. So these are things that we need to start doing. And if we are able to do those things, also we need to attract investment. We should be able to give some tax rebate for the tourism sector. If you are bringing a car, we have to start getting some of these forest range cars to come in and then get other things, our road network, all these things we have to start working on the infrastructure, and we are good to go.
Well, Emmanuel, here's the interesting thing. We've been asking those on social media as well as to what they think about President Akufo-Addo's recent project, Destination Ghana, and there you have it on your screens. President Akufo-Addo has launched one of his government's flagship projects in our tourism sector, dubbed Destination Ghana in London, United Kingdom. And the question we are asking is, can Ghana become a global tourism hub following the launch of Destination Ghana campaign? And there you have it, the verdict is out there. A minority of 41.5% say yes, and those in the majority say no, 58.5%. I don't know what's accounting for that, but Emmanuel, what do you think about this poll? What do you think is that reason accounting for that perception, the feel and the belief of the average Ghanaian out there that we're not making much out of our tourism sector?
Again, it has to do with perception, and a lot of people don't understand tourism. Yeah. In Ghana, when we talk about tourism, people think that others coming here to visit. So yes, and people also didn't understand what exactly this Destination Ghana is all about.
That, yeah.
Yeah, so as we are doing this and we continue to do it, people get to know what exactly it is, because I know some of the people, even in the tourism industry, don't really understand what is going on. They were not aware of what.
Okay, so it appears that we don't have much education
yes.
on this. So this is the time to scale it up, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Well, we need to go, but if someone is watching now, how can they contribute to realizing this whole vision of transforming Ghana's tourism sector? The belief is, well, the individual out there can't do much. Is that a good perception to carry out?
It's not. We all come from some places where you have one or two attraction sites or places where people can visit.
Right.
So I think what we all need to do is to begin to conscientize ourselves that tourism is not about somebody else, it's about all of us. Let's have this mindset that every year at least you have some few days on a holiday, visit a place. Even in Accra here, I was asking somebody if they knew there's waterfall in Dodo. I said no. And probably you
I don't know that. I mean, for a fact, I don't know that.
So there's a waterfall just around us. That if you go to Dodo.
And what's the name of the place again?
Dodo.
Yes. No, I mean where the place is, where the waterfall is.
Okay, so they call it.
Yeah, but we'll try and get the name.
Yes. So there's this the forest, the Dodowa also forest has extremely important history behind it. So just behind us, if you go to, I'm sure a lot of people, just Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park,
right.
People have not even been there. So what we need to do is to begin to showcase right. And also appreciate the fact that tourism is not for somebody, it's for all of us. Right. Let's make that effort to visit around.
Right.
Let's go beyond our region to other regions to see what they have. And I believe if we do that,
we will get to appreciate tourism?
Well, Emmanuel, I'm sure we'll have this conversation again. Emmanuel Frimpong is the Executive Secretary for the Ghana Tourism Federation. This is The Pulse. We'll return shortly.